Good evening, fellow vapors. This is Cass, and today I'm back at you with another juice review. Now, in the last video, we looked at 3 flavours from the UK Labs Exotics range. Today, we're going to be looking at the other 3 flavours in the range. Really excited about these ones. I loved the first 3. I thought they were really quite original, really well made. So let's see if the next 3 manage to keep up with that. Right, let's get straight down to it. The first one that we're going to be looking at today, in today's video, is Congo. Now, I didn't mention it on the last video, but all of these labels have the fruits that are in them, which sounds really simple, but you'd be surprised at the amount of companies that don't put what's in it on the label. It just makes, they give it a name, but they don't tell you what's in it. These guys actually put it on the front, and I think these labels are beautifully designed. I love the UK Labs logo. I love the fonting for the juice name itself, and I think it's just really eye-catching and interesting. Right, what do they say about Congo? Mango, apricot and banana all infused into a juicy, mouth-watering vape. Yep, that's Congo. It sounds pretty simple. Flavours that have been done time and time again ad infinitum. Let's see if these guys have done it better than the others. If you've watched a few of my videos, you probably know that I am not the biggest fan of banana vapes. Let's see if this one can help change my mind. Pretty good, pretty good. The first main flavour I get on the inhale is the mango. The next biggest flavour I get, where I get it all on the exhale, is the banana. The apricot tends to seem to be getting a little lost in the mix. Bananas are famous in vaping for just covering up every other flavour on the planet. So if you're going to have a banana vape, you either put almost no banana in or you make it about the banana. There's no midway as far as I'm personally concerned. Now, mango is a strong enough flavour to help keep that banana at bay and stop it from overpowering the vape. But for me, that particular flavour of banana, the banana that you sort of get in a smoothie, or the banana that you'd sort of get if you're having like banana custard as a dessert, it doesn't quite work for me in this. Now, the mango is absolutely lovely. I'm so glad it doesn't taste like dirty old rancid mango skin. It's really fresh, it's really fruity. It's like eating mango chunks or having a mango flavoured drink. It tastes like that, and the mango's spot on, but the banana just kills it a bit for me. If you like banana vapes though, I'm sure this is something that would absolutely be right up your street, because the banana is quite prominent in this. The apricot tends to get a little lost, and apricots are quite a subtle flavour, but in this, the apricot tends to get a little bit lost. So if you like your mango vapes, if you like your banana vapes, absolutely go for this one. If you don't like banana, probably not for you, I'll be honest. Simply because, for me, it's not a game-changing banana flavour. There's probably 2 out there that I can palate when it comes to bananas, and this one, just purely because of that banana, makes this very difficult to vape for me. It's not overly sickly, it's not overly sweet, so, bonus points for that, because, again, if it's a coil killer, you're not going to be able to vape as much of it, you're not going to want to vape as much of it. But it seems to be fairly fresh, fairly fruity. I just can't handle the banana. So, that's a personal thing. If you like bananas, I think you will probably like this one, though. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is called Dragon Apple. There we go. Now, I would imagine this is probably dragon fruit and apples, but we'll check, we'll see. It could be a sidewinder. Delicious, mouth-watering dragon fruit infused with sweet pineapple. So it's not an apple, it's a pineapple. That could be very interesting. Dragon fruit's a weird one. It's coming around again. Dragon fruit used to be in everything a few years back, and it sort of disappeared a little bit. And with the rise in fruity flavours, dragon fruit is making a comeback. So let's have a go with the Dragon Apple by UK Labs. Again, dragon fruit is not one of those fruits that I am so overly familiar with to eat. I'll be honest, I've never eaten a dragon fruit. Probably ever. But this tastes bloody good. Like, this is a proper good fruit. Like the other 4 flavours from this exotics range, it's super fruity, it's super mouth-watering, it's super juicy, but it's not overly sweet, and it's definitely not sickly. Really light and really intense. And I don't know how they've done it, but it works really well. It's a really enjoyable, smooth, fruity vape. On the exhale, You get sort of that citrusy, acidic pineapple flavour, and that is absolutely wonderful. They've got that spot on. Doesn't taste like pineapple cubes, which a lot of companies tend to go for. Just tastes like straight up pineapple fruit. The dragon fruit is a lot on the inhale and a little bit on the start of the exhale. That's where you're getting a lot of that dragon fruit. But it's hard for me to compare it to a real fruit of how accurate it is, because I've just never eaten a dragon fruit. It's just not something I've done. I like the flavour. I just can't compare it to the real thing. So if you're a dragon fruit fan in your vapes, you're going to love this. If you're a pineapple fan, you're going to love this. It doesn't pretend to be like a tropical. As soon as people tend to put pineapple in something, they tend to label it tropical. Well, this is the exotics range, granted, but they're letting the pineapple stand for itself, stand on its own, along with that dragon fruit. Really fresh, really fruity. And actually the dragon fruit gives it a little bit of a twist that you don't tend to get from your normal fruit vapes. So I think if you're looking for an interesting and different fruity vape, this is one of the ones to check out. Because a lot of the other ones, whilst they're very, very good, they tend to use standard fruits, and dragon fruit's a little bit sort of sideways of the left. So well worth a little look at. Let's move on to the third and final flavour in the UK Labs Exotics range. I've really enjoyed these so far, so I don't imagine this is going to be a letdown. But we'll vape it. We'll talk about it and we'll see what we think of it. So this is the Pompeii. That is the Pompeii, the pomegranate and papaya. First up, let's see what they say about it on the internet. Combining fresh notes of pomegranates and papaya, an all-time summer vape. I'm all about the summer vapes at the moment. Something light, something fresh, something fruity. I also haven't mentioned it in this video, but I'm actually using the same setup as I did in the previous one. I'm using the Vupu Drag, and I've got the Alpha RDA there on top, beautifully flavoured, and I'm using my spaced 22 gauge Canthal build. I'm only using Canthal because I couldn't find any Nichrome lying around, but the Canthal seems to be holding its own, and it's a really flavourful vape, and it doesn't, it's 0.2, it's at like 50 watts, spot on. Let's have a vape. This is the Pompeii from UK Labs. I'll be honest, this one's a little subtler than the previous 5 flavours. Maybe I've accidentally landed on the subtle one to finish off this range, the reviews. But it's still really flavourful. It's still really sort of mouth-watering and fruity, like all the other ones. Not too sickly, not too sweet. We're ticking all the boxes. That pomegranate is spot on. It's a really subtle pomegranate, but it is really nail on the head pomegranate. The papaya is sort of a subtle undertone in the background of the exhale, so not so strong. It's mostly sort of pomegranate, but you get a really nice aftertaste of that papaya in there. And again, it's one of those sort of more interesting sideways fruits that you don't come across that often, and I think it works well in this. If you want something a bit different, this kind of goes along with the guazu and the dragon apple. If you want something a little bit different in your fruity vape life, definitely check these out, because I don't think they'll disappoint you if you want something just different. Pompeii is a definite contender for one of the better subtle fruit vapes out there. I think we've got to kind of summarize back on both videos, because they're the same range. I think a definite winner for me as far as the best in the range is the Apchi. That lychee is mind-blowingly good. The bottom end of the spectrum, probably the Congo, and like I said, it's purely because of that banana. It just doesn't do anything for me, but if you like your banana vapes, it'll probably be right up your street. The Cocoa Beach is fairly decent. The Guazu, very, very interesting, and the Dragon Apple is one of those just completely different fruity vapes, which has really pleasantly surprised me. These guys have come out with a stupidly strong line of e-liquids, absolutely contends with the likes of 12 Monkeys and Ruthless, and they should be absolutely congratulating themselves on just how good this range is, simply because it's so fresh, so fruity. It's not a coil killer. It's definitely an all-day vape. In fact, depending on your own personal preferences, every single one of these could be an all-day vape, and I hope to kind of make one of them or one or two of them my all-day vape, at least for the next sort of couple of weeks. I think that wraps it up for the UK Labs Exotics range. Fantastic flavours, really enjoyed them. I'd like to thank the guys at UK Labs for sending them my way for the purposes of this review. Obviously that doesn't in any way affect what I say in my reviews. I do try to be as honest as possible and unbiased as possible when it comes to telling you what I think of them. So thank you again, guys, for sending them my way. If you enjoyed this video or the previous video, I'll put a link to the previous one in the description of this one. If you enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the notification button. That'll let you know when I upload. Drop a comment below and hit the thumbs up, because let me know that you like it. It's always good to have some feedback, and I want to have a conversation with you guys. If you've tried any of these, if you have differing opinions, please let me know in the comment box below. I do really find it interesting, and I will always try and reply to you as best I can. My name's been Cass. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.